Silas Maths.
The best place to learn mathematics.
Hello friend, welcome back to class. I believe you had a great learning experience from our previous class. Alright, in today's class we're going to consider multiplication and division involving standard forms. So how do I divide my number when they are in standard form, and also when I'm expected to leave my answer in standard form? So that is very simple. So let's consider this example on the board. We have example 1. Okay, let me add one more. We have this. Let's take this last one for the multiplication part. Okay, let's consider these examples. They say we should work out these operations on the board. So what do we do when we have this kind of expression and you are expected to leave your answers in standard form? Remember, when your answer problems are given to you in standard form, you are expected also to leave the answer in standard form. So what am I going to do here? For A, simple, we have 2 times 10 to the power of 3 times 7 times 10 raised to the power of what? 5. So what are we going to do? In this standard form, we have the whole part and we have the multiples of 10 part. So we are going to use this to multiply this, and then go ahead and use this to multiply this. Common multiplication here. So I'm going to have 2 times 7. That's the number part, then times, and I'll have 10 raised to the power of 3 times 10 raised to the power of what? 5. Okay, so this is going to give me 14. Why this is going to give me, remember, when they are of the same base and they are multiplying, we add their powers. So these are, remember, your indices. So we have 10 to the power of what? 3 plus 5, and that's going to give us 14 times 10 raised to the power of 8. But recall that this number, the decimal point, is not in front of the first non-zero digit, so we're going to move the point forward. So this is supposed to give us 1 point. So since I'm shifting it further, so this gives me 1.4 times 10. As I move the point backward, I will add 1 to the what? To the power. Yes, I'll add 1 to the power, so this becomes 1.4 times 10 raised to the power of 9. So this is my answer. So when I simplify this is what I'm going to have. Okay, so example 2, let's jump into example B, or 2. We have 5 times 10 to the power of negative 8 times 6 times 10 raised to the power of 3. So go ahead and collect like terms and multiply. This 5 multiply 6, while this 10 will multiply this. So I'm going to have 5 times 6 times 10 to the power of negative 8 times 10 to the power of what? 3. So the same thing happens. 5 times 6 will give us what? 30 times, you add the powers of the exponent here because they are of the same base. So we have negative 8 plus 3. So that will give me 30 times 10 to the power of what? Negative 8 plus 3 is going to give us negative 5. Now remember, we are going to shift the point once, right? So shifting this point once simply means I'm going to add 1 to the what? To the exponent, isn't it? Just like we did here. When we shifted the point forward, we added 1 to the exponent. So shifting this my point here once, I'm going to have 3.0, which is then as 3 point times 10 raised to the power negative 5 plus 1. So, and that will give me 3 times 10 raised to the power of what? Negative 5 plus 1 is going to give us negative 4. And that's the final answer. So when I evaluate this is what I'm going to have. Okay, well, just bit by bit go through the steps, you're going to get what we're talking about. Then the last one here, I have C, 1.5 times 10 raised to the power of 4, then times 3 times 10 raised to the power of negative 2. The same thing, we have 1.5 times 3 times 10 to the power of 4 times 10 to the power of negative 2. Then 3 times this is going to give us what? 3 times 5 will give me 15. So I'll write my 5, carry 1. 3 times this is this. 3 times 1 is 3 plus the 1 I carried, that's 4. Okay, so we have times 10, add their exponent. So we have 4 plus negative 2. Yes, we're adding their powers, so we have 4 plus negative 2. So that will give me 4.5 times 10 to the power of 4 minus 2, and that's 4.5 times 10 to the power of negative 10 to the power of 2, I beg your pardon. So this is our final answer to this. So very easy. Take the color like terms, those that have the powers of 10 multiply, those that have non-powers of 10 multiply, then simplify further. Okay, so let's take this part of division example. All right, that's the answer to that. Okay, then that is it. So let us check out something else before we wrap it up for this. If you have any question, always do what to drop it at the comment section. So let's go ahead and then take shot of this so you can write it down and then glance through it thoroughly. There's one more thing. All right, let's take a look at this. We're expected to work this out, but we must leave our answer in standard form. Okay, the question expects you to leave your answer in standard form. So how do we do that? We have this times 10 raised to the power 4 or to the power of what? 2. You remember your power law in indices? That power law states that whenever we have this kind of expression of two numbers multiplying, or variables multiplying, so this power will multiply the power of the first number and as well multiply the power of the second number. All right, so this is it. So to solve this, we are going to have 8 raised to the power 1 times 2 times 10 raised to the power of 4 times 2. The power here will multiply the power of this, so this gives us 8 raised to the power of 2 times 10 raised to the power 4 times this is 8. Right, so 8 raised to the power of 2 is something as 64. That's 8 times 8. Okay, times 10 raised to the power what? 8. And also mind you, this is not actually in standard form. We need to shift the point forward backward. So this becomes 6.4 times, then we do what? We add 1 to the exponent here. So this becomes 9. So that's our answer for this expansion. Okay. Why for this second one, B, I have 6 times 10 to the power of negative 3 or to the power of 3. So that's simple. So we'll go ahead, this power will multiply the first power here. So I have 6 raised to the power of 3 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3 times 3. So that will give me 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And 36 times 6, that will give me 36. 3 into here is going to give me 18 plus 3, that's 20. 18 plus 3, that's 21. So I have 216 times 10 raised to the power negative this times this is going to give us negative 9, right? So we are shifting the point backward 1 and 2. So what do we do to the exponent? When we shift the point backward, we do what? We add to the exponent. Okay, so shifting the point here 1 and 2, so we have 2.16 times 10 raised to the power negative 9 plus the number of times we shifted this is 2. Okay, so that will give us 2.16 times 10 to the power of negative 9 plus 2 is going to give us what? Negative 7. So that's the final answer in this expansion here, in this expansion. Okay, do well to observe everything. I'm going to drop. All right, let's take a look at these problems on the board. We have the question which reads, work out and leave your answer in standard form. So we have this standard form dividing each other. So how am I going to solve that? Very easy. So this is our numerator and this is our denominator, right? So in expressing that further, I can say that this is something as 8 times 10 raised to the power of 7 divided by 2 times 10 raised to the power of what? 5. Then we go ahead and use our discretion to solve this. This can be reduced. or we can say 2 here will give us 1 and 2 here will give us 4. Then we have already 4 times, then these are common base. Remember, we subtract their powers, so I have 7 minus 5. Okay, 7 minus 5 in your indices, and that will give us 4 times 10 raised to the power of what? 2. So that's our answer. Then B, I have 3 times 10 to the power of 4 dividing 6 times 10 raised to the power minus 3. So we'll still carry out this, divide this and this, divide that, or we can express it in this form by saying that this is something as 3 times 10 to the power of 4 divided by 6 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. Then we go ahead and then reduce. This can reduce this one, right? When we reduce this, we can say, or we can actually separate them. Okay, since our answer must be in a standard form, you can say that this is something as okay, let's reduce first, since there's something that can reduce. 3 here, 1, 3 here is 2, so I have 1 over 2, okay, times, then expressing this man, I have 10 to the power of 4, then minus, into bracket, minus 3. Remember, when they are dividing, we'll subtract their powers, so that will give me 1 divided by 2 is something as half, and that's something as 0.5 times 10 raised to the power of 4 plus 3. Minus minus will give us plus. And that will give me 0.5 times 10 to the power of 7. But something needs to happen here. Okay, this number is not actually basically in standard form, so we need to shift the point forward. And in this case, if I should shift the point forward, I'm going to do what to the power. Remember, when we are moving the point backward, in this case we added 1 to the power, right? So in this case, if I move the point forward, I'm going to subtract 1 to the power. So this becomes what? If I move the point forward, this becomes 5 points, all right, times 10. Then I'll subtract 1 to the power from the power, so it becomes raised to the power what? 6. So that is the answer. Assignment or classwork you are expected to solve. Then when you're done solving, you can drop it at the comment section, right? Okay, try this out. Okay, let's add the last one. We have number 5, 2 times 10 raised to the power negative 2 all to the power of 2. We can as well add this. Okay, let me use 1 times 10 raised to the power negative 4 raised to the power 3. Yes, so we'll call it a pause here. Bye for now. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do what? Subscribe, and then share this video as well. Share it to your loved ones, and then like the video, and see you in our next class. Bye for now.